Well, hello there, hi there, welcome to Just Bird. Today's video is Selena Gomez. What's coming up over the next 6 months? This is her end of the year, and it goes from the end of the year into the first few months of 2026. So let's see what's coming up for Miss Selena Gomez. It is October 28th right now. All right, Selena Gomez. So let's see what's coming up for Selena Gomez over, the next 6 months or so. Like I said, it's October 28th. How she's going to feel about herself, how she feels about herself over the next 6 months is she's going through some changes. She's ready for a renewal of spirit. Just feeling all right, she's also just seeking advice. It seems like she's seeking advice on some changes, or maybe even like how to revamp, how to redo a room. It's like she's in this mode of seeking advice on decorating. Maybe it's for a nursery or something, or maybe they just they purchase a new home or something. It doesn't matter. Mansions you can decorate probably for a decade and just start all over again, if you do a room by room thing, who knows. Anyway, in her career she has growth, and she's beginning, she has money, there's harvest here, and that is like in the now, right? But here's the thing. Selena doesn't have confidence in herself, and she has like really bad chatter internally. So no matter how good she does, she doesn't really believe that this is her life, or that she deserves so much, when really, you're reaping what you've sown. But the voices in her head are what dictate this conversation, and they dictate it in a negative way. But there's something new that's going to bring great rewards right now. Like right now she's just reaping the benefits of her labor, and she's in awe of her own self, but the negative self-talk is detrimental. It's all in her head. It's just, that's it. It's her own chatter. It's not how the world feels. It's not what's real. What's real is you've done an excellent job. You have, created new projects for yourselves and new ideas. There is birth here coming up in the career, but that is in her finances. So new financial endeavors and investments right now. And in her future finances and career, she's getting away, going on vacation, and experiencing some travel. Now along with that, there's a lot of reminders and things to do. There's a to-do list. So even though she's traveling for her career, time to fly south. So she may be going south. I don't know where she's at. Hollywood right now. What's south of Hollywood? Geographically speaking. So anyhow, maybe Texas for winter. We've got snowflakes and such. So I'm going to say something in winter. She'll be traveling home because, the to-do list, the obligations, family obligations, the mama or grandmama is nagging like, you gotta come home, it's Christmas, what do you mean you and Benny are shacked up? We don't care that you're married. Get home for the holidays. Bring that bum bitch with you. Whatever. Benny. Bring Benny with you. Benjamin Button. All right, so what is she talking about? Opportunities to resolve problems. Like, that it's, listen, that there's endless problems and she worries a lot. So she's going to be communicating about like how she regroups, how she has to pay attention to the red flags in her, what makes her nervous, what makes her like off, unaligned, imbalanced, whatever it may be. That negative chatter inside, it's a lack of confidence in self. So she's going to be communicating about like the red flags and how to solve problems in your personal life, and probably about like how to combat the self chatter in your head, that negative talk about self, and and how money doesn't take that chatter away. Money doesn't equal confidence. You're going to hear her talk about that. She's going to talk about like how Benny came into her life at the perfect time, and it was just kind of everything was aligned and in sync, and she's going to be communicating about that. And when she communicates that, what is that going to look like? What does it bring about? It brings about music, healing tones. So it's like therapeutic music, maybe her self-expression and music. So it's healing tones is what comes of this, what she's about to be speaking on. We have lunatic asylum. Well, someone's going to try to gaslight her and, erasure. So she's going to express through music how she was gaslit about probably Benny, maybe? The timing of something. And how she just kind of like communicating how she regroups and stuff is through music, and like because she's gaslit by a lot of people and people blow smoke up her ass, and somebody's always kind of like trying to come in between, and she's trying when this was their perfect time. Like didn't matter. It feels like she's speaking about an album here, and it does not matter to her if it flops. It was the perfect cosmic timing alignment for her and Benny, and the music needed to be dropped in order for her to heal. So the album, and I think she's speaking about the album that she and Benny dropped. I don't know if it's about the new song or whatever. I have no idea what this is actually speaking to, but it feels like didn't matter whatever this album is that she's talking about. So if she's communicating it like now and in the very near future, then it's something that's already transpired. So it's an album that's already dropped. She's just, I feel like, interviewing like a sit down conversation, and she's going to speak about how it brought about like this music, and how the music was so healing to her. Did the money and the numbers and all of that just didn't matter because it was perfect for her. And she's also going to talk about how it's just time for her to expose certain parts of the industry, right? Like the negative parts of the industry, in order for her to be able to truly grow as a human being, in her home life. Well, there's the dining table. It's comfortable, She likes to be the hostess with the mostess, and they've got good food. And the spotlight is on their hosts. They're hosting things at home. So you're going to find her and Benny cooking and hosting. Maybe they'll do a live stream. Who knows? At home, though, she's very comfortable. She wants to be at home. And she likes to have parties and gatherings and nurture those around her, And Benny loves to cook, but she loves to host. So he'll host, like he'll cook, she'll serve, and she'll entertain. He's entertaining, she's entertaining, but they're very comfortable, and they like to be like the star of the show. They like to be the host of the show. So expect dinner parties at Benny and Selena's. They're settling. They might do they have a puppy? If they don't already, they may. The dog is comfortable. I don't see a change in anything, like a residency or anything, but I do see parties. Okay, in their luck and entertainment, there's contract coming up, so that would let me know. It's something, though, there's a fear of the unknown here, so it's like she's hesitant on whether or not to sign this contract because it involves travel. A long trip, actually. Probably abroad. So she's hesitant, but it's something that, like, she deserves, something that she's earned. But being married, she may be hesitant to take that trip, maybe because he doesn't fly. It may be too far of a distance that's creating this hesitancy within her, but I see in her career in the future there is travel. So it's just a hesitancy within right now that will ultimately be decided upon by December, January, February time, because of around that season. Anyhow, moving into her relationship house, there's a deep knowing, understanding, archaic wisdom and history between these two. So they have, like, they're good, all right, but we do have narrow views and so forth. So they're opening up each other's eyes to different aspects of self. They're just kind of genuinely getting to know one another on a deeper level. And they're very loyal and to one another. And they appreciate the past and the history that they have, everything that led them to this point in time. So they're in a really good space right now, the two of them. So the marriage seems to be working for them. Alright, what they don't see coming is we've got the wounded healer with a flood. So there's going to be a hiccup, but you're going to learn from your experience. And the flood is about anxiety and an overload of emotions, and there's something that's coming up. It could be a literal flood that's coming, and she's going to have a humanitarian effort, great care and concern for a flood, and she's learned something from her past about what comes along with it. There's a lot of anxiety as well that she's learning to heal, and it's from the past, this past experience of and tools that she's learned how to deal with her anxiety, and kind of set a boundary because she's just a natural empath. and she gets very caught up in the care and concern of others. Natural disasters and humanity as a whole is what this is speaking to. And there's going to be an upheaval that she's going to dedicate some time to. She's going to have to take care of herself, okay, because this, I wonder if it's the destination. Seems like an island, even though this is more like a lake. But she too is standing on water, and I'm going to say there's an island that's underwater. There's some kind of flooding situation, devastation to an island, that she's going to be attached to in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure if this is like where she's rooted, or if it's just like a deep humanitarian type of empathy that she has for the world. It really feels like a warm place, islandy. We'll see. Lunatic asylum, erasure, we already spoke. Well, that's what she's spoken to existence. And how y'all view her social standing, and is like a nature sprite, somebody that's down to earth. They have a love of nature and nurture, right? Like the great Mother Earth is how she's viewed, and that's probably for this humanitarian effort here. She just has deep concern and care and emotion attached to this event, and she's being recognized, and they also view her as a very private person, a bit secret or mysterious, even closeted. That her humanitarian efforts are so large, but they feel like she does so much that's behind the scenes. That's how she's viewed by others. Grandly. By like her friends here, she has toxic nostalgia and infatuation. There's somebody in her friends group that's caught in her web. They're manipulative. They like drama. They thrive on drama. And this takes me to what it seems like this is a friend that doesn't shut the fuck up and likes to go back to the past and bring up old shit and old relationships, and Selena's just not there. She don't care anymore. She don't want to hear about Justin fucking Bieber and Haley or old friends that she's outgrown. She's not here for it, but she has somebody that just thrives on drama, and they have a way with her, and they manipulate her, and then they fill her head with all of this stuff. And it's because she has a friend that is a bit infatuated with her. Maybe her notoriety, maybe because of her past relationship, whatever the case may be. Seems more like a frenemy. It seems like someone I'd want to punch in the mouth. Anyway, whatever. Selena is probably much more better than I. Anyway, the clock is ticking for her enemies. It's time for them to act. So expect, salacious attacks against her, media strike. It's going to be hitting soon. It's summoning drama for her. Why do I feel like this person's attached to it? Toxic, nostalgic energy, whatever that is. In her friend group, though. So you've got a frenemy, sweetheart, that's probably feeding this a friend that's turning into an enemy, that's going to feed probably a broke ass bitch that's going to feed something to the media and create a bunch of drama for you and negativity surrounding it. And it's because they're conjuring spirit. It's conjured spirit, and the clock is ticking. They're doing it right now, darling. Somebody's actively working magically against you. And it appears to be somebody that you know. They may be fronting like, I'm a Christian and wear crosses, and maybe even speak about faith or whatever, and it's all baloney, smoke and mirrors. It's not what it appears to be. And neither is this friend. Seems like this friend is going to turn into this enemy, because this enemy is a new one. Alright, it's a power of a 1. Anyhow, I don't think I really need to clarify anything here for Miss Selena Gomez for the next 6 months. I'm sure I'll pop in a couple of months and do an update. So that's what I have for Selena.